I didn't understand what a man was. I seen a lot of boys trapped in men bodies. And in my neighborhood growing up, they weren't men. We had mothers, grandmothers, aunties, and sisters raising knuckleheaded boys. So if you have nothing but feminine energy trying to teach a masculine man, that masculinity goes away and that boy comes feminine. Or should I say toxic masculinity.
What do you say to the man, right, who actually does provide, right, 100%, right, but feels like his woman is ungrateful? How should he then move?
That's not his woman. If you're providing a woman's every need and she's still treating you like you're not doing nothing, that's not your woman. She for the streets. Let someone else come pick her up. Continue to focus on yourself, because when a man starts to elevate himself, he's going to attract the woman he needs. If a man is attracting a woman he don't need, he hasn't become the man he needed for himself, because we project these things.
So I want to, okay, we were on the mission of you, right? So I want you to take us through your mission, how you got to this place, because I'm sure you didn't think like this your whole life, right? No. So you're going through, and you're going through your studies. Mm-hmm. Take us to the transition of you finding yourself and realizing this message that you now preach.
Now, first I had to understand what a man was. I didn't understand what a man was. I seen a lot of boys trapped in men bodies. And in my neighborhood growing up, they weren't men. We had mothers, grandmothers, aunties, and sisters raising knuckleheaded boys. So if you have nothing but feminine energy trying to teach a masculine man, that masculinity goes away and that boy comes feminine. Or should I say toxic masculinity? Because when a man doesn't know how to move like a man, he becomes toxic to himself and everything around him. So I looked in my neighborhood, and then I started to travel the world. And in the most poverty-stricken countries like Senegal, the men work. The men do the sewing in these shops. There's no women. Where you see the women at? In the home. And this is poverty, strictly poverty. But we over here living it up. Most men got 3, 4, 5 women. They not in polygamous relationships. They just dizzling and dazzling. You know how this goes. Yeah. But we're taught that's what a man is. But these same men grow up 60, 70 years old. Now they're in an old person's home with a stranger beating on them, stealing from them, and not even wiping their butt correctly. See, me, brother, from what I do and how I treat my woman, I know I'm going to die a very happy man, very stress-free. So I traveled the world, and I've seen how men with no money still provided for their family, because they knew that it's a divine arrangement that comes from God. America and Americans and Black Americans, they're confused. They don't even know what God is no more, brother. They don't know. They think that having sex and talk about how big their penises are is something amazing, which it isn't, brother, because we've become prostitutes. We've become slave masters, not just to ourselves, to our children, and to our women.
So again, you're on your journey, right?
Yeah.
And you travel the world. You see it.
I see it.
At what age is this? I'm curious.
Man, I'm traveling the world early 20s.
Early 20s, okay.
Early 20s, I'm traveling the world.
Okay. And you see this and it clicks to you. So now I'm gonna put this out there. You're a biochemist. Mm-hmm. As a Black biochemist, right. I'm sure they own you. I'm sure they throwing at you. So in this situation, are you saying I'm gonna only try to focus on bringing a wife, or are you like, man, I'm running through them? Like, what was your mentality?
Man, I'm a builder. I can't build now with a side piece, brother. I don't even know how.
It wouldn't have been a side piece.
It would have been an appetizer. Right. I need the whole meal. I need the mind, body, and soul. I don't want just the body. I put too much work in just for the body. And then we don't know what this body come with. And I'm not just talking about physical diseases, but energetic and mental diseases. Now I'm picking up this woman's habits. Now I'm fussing and I'm arguing and I'm becoming just like her. No, brother, no. When a man becomes a man elevates everything around her. I want a woman I can elevate on each and every level. I done put in real work. So why waste it with a female that the next man can get?
That's live. So basically you're saying you were able to attract that because you became whole.
I became who I needed for me. I didn't have to choose from the bottom. I chose the woman I wanted. That's a different form of loyalty. That you don't have to cheat when you got a woman you want and she want you too. Yeah. Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
Yeah. Okay. So boom, you're doing your thing. You find, the love of your life. Y'all get married. Give me 3 to 4 tips, right? In order to keep a woman happy, in order to keep a happy home, right? They always say happy wife, happy life, right? Is that true? What are your tips?
Happy man, happy life. The man has to be happy within himself. My happiness can't come from my woman. My happiness can't come from my job. My happiness can't come from my children. My happiness comes from me, because if my children's not doing right, my job's not doing right, my woman's not doing right, it's not going to sway me back and forth. So if I'm happy, I control the level of happiness for my woman, and my woman controls the temperature within the home. So if I'm good, she's good, the children's good.
That's good. Okay. All right. So good words to live by. So I want to throw a couple scenarios at you, right?
Let's get it.
And I just want you to tell me, how you would move.
Okay.
It's tax season.
It's tax season.
Okay. So, it's a couple slimy young heathens out here trying to use women to come up. Sure. What would you tell them in that?
What I tell the woman?
Let's go both. What would you tell the young man who's plotting?
He's confused. He lacks guidance, and he's trying to be like those he's watched or heard about. And the women, truthfully, cut them off. Throw them to the corner. Because if a man that asks you for your money knowing you have children is a problem. You can't trust a man like that. And majority of the time, them brothers don't bring no money back. They might bring back some hickeys.